The Miracle on Ice holds an indelible and enduring space in our cultural imagination. It was when the amateur U.S. hockey team upset the elite Soviets inside Lake Placid's arena in the 1980 Olympics. It was the depths of the Cold War, and the incredible victory in the semifinal seemed to mean something bigger, geopolitical, the triumph of democracy over oppression. Last week, those players were honored at the global symbol of American democracy, the White House. That's today's story of the day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Morja Wealth Management, serving the North Country for 3 generations. MorjaWM.com. Securities offered through Hightower Securities, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Hightower is an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, I'm David Summerstein. It's Tuesday, December 16th. I'm in a hotel in New York City, right by the Metro North Line, so when you hear the train rumble by, you'll know why. First up, there's been an increase in ICE raids in the Albany area. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers appear to be targeting Afghan nationals in the Capital District. 10 people from Afghanistan were detained by ICE earlier this month. The uptick in ICE raids follows the fatal shooting of 2 National Guard troops by an Afghan national last month in Washington, D.C. After that shooting, the Trump administration announced that all asylum and immigration from 19 countries, including Afghanistan, had been suspended. The New York Public News Network's Mariam Ahmed reports.
The suspensions are part of a broader crackdown on immigrants in the U.S., with an increase in ICE raids in the capital region as well, which have specifically targeted Afghan residents. Sienna Freeman, an immigration attorney at Whiteman, Osterman, and Hanna, said she was particularly concerned that immigrants and applicants who were going to federal offices for routine check-ins and appointments were also being targeted.
We're seeing individuals going into these federal buildings to report like they're supposed to pursue their case like they're supposed to pursue their application like they're supposed to, and they're being picked up by immigration, by ICE at that time.
During a press conference outside the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services office in Colony Monday, Congressman Paul Tonko condemned the targeting of the Afghan community.
We've seen arrests taking place at sensitive locations like courthouses, like schools, and places of worship, seemingly without any due process.
And said that 7 of the Afghans arrested in Albany were members of the same family. For the New York Public News Network, I'm Mariam Ahmed.
The VA clinic in Westport has opened a food pantry to help veterans dealing with food insecurity. Officials say it's the first of its kind in the state. Here's my story on that. Near the beginning of this year, Dom Dominguez was out visiting all of the VA Albany Medical Center's 12 outpatient clinics. He's the system's business office manager.
We finally got to Westport.
The Westport clinic serves about 800 veterans in the Champlain Valley and eastern Adirondacks, and Dominguez asked the nurse there what they needed.
And I'll never forget, she said, "We need food."
Not medical supplies or chairs or tables.
Hand sanitizer and those things. She said food.
It surprised him. A medical clinic needing food for its clients. Recent surveys of military and veteran families find 1 in 5 is food insecure, up from 1 in 8 5 years ago. And they're dealing with the same high prices for food and housing as everyone else.
The more and more I actually did research, we're seeing that a lot of Iraqi freedom veterans and enduring freedom veterans, they seem to be isolating themselves, and they're moving to these rural areas like Westport, Saranac Lake, and Plattsburgh, and Fonda.
So the VA fulfilled the nurse's ask. Last week, it opened a food pantry at the Westport Clinic through a partnership with the Regional Food Bank in Albany. It's the first food pantry at a VA outpatient clinic in the state. Dominguez says veterans can be prideful and not want to ask for help. Having a food pantry at a VA clinic can overcome that hesitation.
The VA Medical Center is one of those areas where they feel comfortable. It's like a home away from home. And they get to see their brothers and sisters and like-minded individuals. So it's a lot easier for them to go to a VA clinic And if one has a food pantry, it's a lot easier for them to take food there.
So veterans can now pick up food in Westport while they're using other services at the clinic: medical screenings, counseling, getting help finding housing.
We just want to be able to ensure that no veteran goes hungry and no veteran goes without the care that they need.
Dominguez says other clinics are interested now, too. He says Saranac Lake, Plattsburgh, or Fonda could be the next clinic to offer veterans free food. David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio. Members of the 1980 Olympic hockey team were honored at the White House last week. President Donald Trump awarded the men one of the highest honors for American civilians. Emily Russell reports.
The former hockey players wore white cowboy hats to the White House, a callback to what they wore at the opening ceremonies of the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid. As President Trump explained on Friday afternoon in the Oval Office, it was at those Winter Olympics where the men made history.
45 years ago, this tremendous group of collegiate players and amateurs faced overwhelming odds against the Soviet Union in Lake Placid Winter Olympics.
Up to Schultz, 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
The American men defeated the Soviet Union in a game that became known as the Miracle on Ice. To honor their accomplishment, Trump pulled out a black Sharpie and signed the Congressional Gold Medal Act into law.
It's a great achievement. Okay, wait a minute. There you go, Mike. Take that. Thank you, sir.
This is tape from ABC News. Trump handed the Sharpie to Mike Eruzione, who captained the 1980 team and scored the winning goal against the Soviets. Eruzione said it was an honor to compete for Team USA in 1980 and to now be recognized by Congress and President Trump.
I've always said the gold medal is something that's incredible, but this is the frosting on the cake. To receive an award like this, an honor like this, maybe this is it, guys. I don't think there's anything else we can get.
The Congressional Gold Medal is the highest honor given to civilians by Congress. It's been awarded to people like Neil Armstrong and Robert Frost, as well as groups of people like the Navajo Code Talkers. The Congressional Gold Medal for the Miracle on Ice team was co-sponsored in Congress by Republicans Pete Stauber from Minnesota and Elise Stefanik from the North Country. Stefanik smiled as she stood beside Trump in the Oval Office on Friday.
And Elise, everybody knows Elise. She's doing phenomenally well, a really tremendous congresswoman, and she's running for a little position called Governor of New York.
Trump has notably not endorsed Stefanik for governor. Long Island Republican Bruce Blakeman plans to challenge Stefanik in the primary next spring, which Trump acknowledged at Friday's event.
She's got a little competition with a very good Republican, but she's a great Republican. So we'll see what happens, but Elise is respected by everybody, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. As the representative for Lake Placid, this is so meaningful to my constituents, and we are home of the Miracle on Ice, and it's wonderful to be here with these teammates who just stood so proudly for Team USA.
A few players from the 1980 team have died in recent years. Their family members were there at the White House in their place. Coach Herb Brooks, who died more than 2 decades ago, was represented on Friday by his son, Dan Brooks.
My dad, he believed. He believed in the American hockey player. He believed in his country. He loved this team. He loved his country. I wish he was here, but it's an honor for me to represent him. So thank you.
The hockey rink where the men defeated the Soviets and then went on to win Olympic gold in Lake Placid is now named after Herb Brooks. There will be 3 Congressional Gold Medals on display around the country to honor the team, including one at the Olympic Center in Lake Placid. Emily Russell, North Country Public Radio.
We have more news all the time on our website, ncpr.org. A super easy way to listen to Story of the Day whenever you want. Download the NCPR app onto your phone. It's in your app store, it's free, and you'll see when you open it, you can play any story of the day on demand. You can binge a bunch in a row. It's fantastic. All the North Country news when you want it. The NCPR app. Check it out. Music today by I Am Snow Angel and Caitlin Scholl, both of Lake Placid. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.